Hi everyone and welcome to Positively Kimmie. I am Kimmie. If you are new here, welcome. This is a safe space. And if you're one of my returning subscribers and my besties, hi guys, how are you? I hope you're all having an amazing day. Welcome to Self-Care Sunday. And Self-Care Sunday is about however it is that you decide you need to take some time for yourself, to introspect, to relax, to meditate, whatever it is that you want to do to just recenter, refocus, and get your head together for the week coming up. And you can do this as many times a week as you want, one time a week, and it doesn't always have to be a sheet mask, but today I'm going to cleanse my face, and I am going to be using a sheet mask to do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off my makeup with a makeup wipe. I grabbed two, which is fine. And we're going to take off all the day's makeup and grit and grime and all that other stuff. And then I'm going to go in and double cleanse with my Juno Skin Cleanser. And that will help me get the rest of my mascara off. I mean, look at that. That's kind of gross. So it's Juno & Co., but it says Juno Skin on here. I love this. I use it every time I take off my makeup. And we're getting to, can you see the very, very bottom of it? So I have a piece of hair that just fell in there. I like to use a little bit more than I should, which that's more than enough for your whole face. Put this back on. Cover it up because my OCD will not let me do anything until I do these things. You're going to rub it in your hand. Within seconds, it disappears and you put it all over your face. And I like to concentrate on my mascara because you know when you keep putting mascara on your eyes, if you don't clean them off really well, that they get very clumpy very easily. And I can feel the grit and grime from that. So I have raccoon eyes. And we want to get our nose, right under our nose, everywhere. And I'm going to take the dirty one for a minute because my eyeballs have a grit on them now. And we're going to just keep going to take off all that mascara because I want to try a new mascara tomorrow. I got the Tower 28 mascara and I want to try it and see how it works. Now we're going to take this. And we're definitely getting off all that mascara and all the remnants of the day. And all the pollutants and the germs and the bacteria. We're just going to get rid of all that stuff. I'm going to get my eyebrows because I always do my eyebrows. And now when I'm rubbing my eyelashes, I don't feel any grit, grime, or excess moist mascara on them. So that's that. And I look horrible. I go a little overboard with my eyes, so they get really red. Today I'm going to be using the Avatar Drink Up Thirst Quenching Hydro Mask. And it's paraben, silicone, fragrance-free, and cruelty-free. And this is what it looks like. It's Drink Up. It's great for your skin. And what you're going to do is you're going to start with clean skin, which we have. Gently unfold and apply the face mask. And relax for 10 to 20 minutes. And, you know, if you could do more than 10 to 20 minutes, awesome. If you can't, at least you've taken some time for yourself to just pamper yourself. This is very, very wet. So let's open this. I like a wet mask, but I don't like it overly wet, and it's cold, so it's going to be cold on my skin. Let's see. Okay. Get the nose thing down. Get the... Ooh, it smells good. smells like there's a little bit of coconut or something in it. It smells really, really good. And we got the nose down, we got right in here, we got our chin. And you're just gonna keep, throughout the process, you're gonna keep just smoothing this so that it dries nicely and all the things get more, absorbed into your skin. Don't forget your neck, don't forget your chest with all that other stuff. And then you use it on your hands as well, because we don't want our hands looking old. And mine, I have the oldest looking hands on the planet. I really do for my age. I'm going to be 59 this year, and I look like I have the hands of an 80-year-old. You know, I've seen 80-year-olds with hands that look better than mine. So, with that being said, I want to talk today about meditation. Now, I'm not very big on meditating. I don't have the capacity, the brain capacity to do it. My brain is going a million miles a minute constantly. And when I'm sitting there trying to meditate, because I've tried a few times, Sissy's very good at that. And when she comes over, we'll put on the TV, we'll have the room dark, I'll just have on my candles, and we have on a video, and we'll do like a guided meditation. And you're supposed to start by clearing your mind. And I get stressed out because my mind isn't clear. So right there, I'm under the gun. And then you're supposed to relax, your jaw, your forehead, your neck muscles, your shoulders, and until you get to your toes and stuff like that. And all I can think about the whole entire time is what it is I'm supposed to be doing. I have other things to do. Not that if I was just doing a face mask, I would be doing other things and maybe my affirmations and my manifestations, but it's stressful to me. Is anyone else like that? Like, do you have trouble meditating, or is that something you enjoy? And maybe I'm doing it wrong. And if you could give me any tips, because it's something I'd really like to get into, because especially with what's happened with Mama recently, and with my son moving away and my grandson needing surgery. He needs his tubes, adenoids, and tonsils all done. And he's having that done in June. It's very stressful. And I'd like to be able to calm myself down, be able to meditate, and just center myself, and not think about what's going on in my life for a few minutes. So if you have any tips or tricks that work for you, or are you the type of person that can't get your mind to shut off and meditating is just not your jam, and you find other things to do. Like, I like listening to audiobooks. I find that really relaxing also, but I don't always have time to do it, because I want to do 100 things at one time. And if someone's coming out, one of my besties is coming out with a video, I want to respond to their video really quickly and watch their videos. And then life, of course, happens in my house constantly. And I've been having to take care of Mama, and it's a lot of work. I don't mind doing it, but it's a lot of work, and she needs a lot of care. And hopefully physical therapy will be here for her soon, and they'll be able to work on her upper body strength, because her feet are really bad and she can't walk, and she has a lot of problems with her feet. So physical therapy comes, and they can work on her upper body strength and help her figure out how to get out of a chair without being nervous, and how to maybe get to the bathroom and do things like that with her upper body. That will be really helpful to her. And this is the first time she's going to be doing physical therapy like that at home. So I'm wishing her all the luck in the world, and I hope it goes well, and I hope she doesn't get frustrated and cancel it, because it would really be good for her to figure out how to do these things without the help of other people. I help her as much as I can, but you guys know I'm on disability also. And so is Sissy. She only has the use of one arm. Her other arm she can't use at all. And it's just difficult for us to lift her from a seated position. And if my nephew's not here or my ex-husband's not here, it makes it difficult. And we've had to call the ambulance a few times to have them help her either up the stairs or, you know, into the apartment or, you know, to the restroom or whatever. And it's hard, you know, and it's very difficult when you see a parent aging and you are now the caretaker of that parent, you know. So I have all this on my mind, and I'd like to be able to relax my mind where it's not that I don't want to think about it, but I don't want to have to focus entirely on it all day long, every day. You know, I know it's there. I know that these are decisions that have to be made. I know what her wishes are, and I know that we don't want her to go to an assisted living facility where she's not going to be taken care of, or she's going to rot away, or think that we don't love her, you know, which is what she thinks. You know, when we talk about stuff like that, she's not ready to do something like that just yet, and we don't want her to think that we don't want her here. You know, so I have a lot going on in my mind, and my self-care is writing my affirmations, writing my manifestations, what I hope, you know, that she gets better, that I hope she realizes when she can't do certain things that we're going to have a discussion about that. I hope that she realizes that we want her here in the house for as long as possible because we do love her, you know. And I have a lot weighing on my mind because I am her medical power of attorney. And as long as she is lucid and can make decisions for herself, then that is fine. But in the meantime, I don't want to rock the boat with the rest of the family saying, you know, no, this is not what we want for her. Yes, you have to handle this. You know, even though I do get help from them, but it's just difficult. So that's what we've been dealing with, you know. And like I said earlier, my grandson is going to have his tonsils, tubes, and adenoids done, and that's going to be June 25th, I believe. And his parents don't know what they're in for. I mean, I remember when my kids had their tonsils and stuff out, my youngest son he wasn't hearing very well, and he had speech problems because of it. And when he finally heard for the first time, you had to do more like a whisper because it just made him lose his mind with the amount of noise that there was, you know, and he just could not handle the volume that he was hearing, and he was in a lot of pain. And then with the tonsils, they can have ice pops, but, you know, ice cream is out because it makes phlegm and stuff like that, which isn't good. And he's going to be very uncomfortable for about 3 days, and then it should start to get a little bit better. And thankfully, he won't remember this a year from now. But it's traumatizing to the parents as well because one parent has to bring the child in to hold them while they're being put under the anesthesia. And your child will shake when that happens, and it's very upsetting and it's very nerve-wracking, and it's just not an easy thing to do. So we'll all be there when that happens. And then my son in September, my older son, the baby's father, is going to need to have his orthoscopic surgery on his meniscus again. And this is his second knee surgery in 8 years. He plays a lot of sports. He does kickball, he does softball, and he's always messing up with his knees, and he stands a lot. He used to stand a lot at his job. He was a culinary chef, and then he was the head of maintenance for an assisted living facility, and he's doing that again now. But, you know, he has like 8 vertebrae in his back that are herniated, and he has a bad back from standing so much when he was doing the culinary program that he was doing. And, you know, so we have a lot of things coming up. Now, you guys know I'm always very positive about this. I know everything's going to work out. I know everything's going to be great. I'm not worried about that. But if I could find a way to shut my mind off for just even 5 minutes a day you know, I would love to be able to do that. The journaling does help, but it's still always in the back of my mind. Like when I'm manifesting that my grandson's surgery goes really well and that he is not in a lot of pain, and you know, he can hear really well afterwards. I want my son's surgery to go well. There's just so many things that still are on my mind when I'm doing those things, that if I could shut it off for a little bit, that would be really nice. So any suggestions you have, I would greatly appreciate. Having said that, I hope you all are having a blessed week and that you have a terrific rest of your Sunday, and that anything you want, you can achieve. You absolutely can. And you do it with a positive outlook. You have to wake up every morning and be grateful for something. Be grateful that you woke up. Be grateful that you have your health, because God knows that is so important. Be grateful and thankful that you have people that love you in your life, that you have grandchildren, children, whatever it is. Find something to be grateful for and start your day off with that, and that will always put you in the right frame of mind to start your day. You know, I went to my pain doctor yesterday, and I was wearing these cute little shoes I had gotten at Cracker Barrel that I forgot to show you, which I'll show you on Wednesday. And they're white, and they have like a braid, and it's got silver, and it looks very blingy, and it's definitely me. And I got so many compliments on that, and my nails, just still got the nails on, and it just made me feel so good, you know. And I'm the type of person that usually is the one that ends up complimenting people, and to get the compliments back were really nice, even though all you guys are really nice to me, and I appreciate all your comments. If you know anyone that would like my content, I would appreciate it if you would share the video, tell them about me. I'm trying to grow my channel, and it's been taking me a long time to do it, but I am here, and I am going to get to where I need to be. I have over 90,000 views, but only 736 subscribers, so there's a definite disconnect there, you know, and I would love to have you as one of my besties. So please consider liking, commenting, and subscribing, and doing all those wonderful things. And in the meantime, be happy, be healthy, be blessed, but most of all, be positively you, because there's no one else quite like you, and that makes me so incredibly happy. I'm going to leave this on for about 2 more minutes and take it off and get ready for bed. So with that being said, good night. I love you. You guys rock.